Sally, it's great to have you with us today and to be able to talk to you. So shall we get started? I've got a big question for you, which is you clearly work with a lot of organisations around the world to deliver systemic change for sustainability. What's the pandemic shown us, do you think, in terms about the symbiotic relationship between the sustainability agenda and health?
Yeah, well, the pandemic has really shone a light on those deep interconnections between our environment, our health, and our economy. And the rehearsed story is that COVID began in the wet market in Wuhan, associated with illegal trading of wildlife. But actually, the story probably goes back even further than that. There's a lot of evidence to suggest that illegal deforestation really unleashes these zoonotic diseases into our food system. And so COVID has really told us that what we do when it comes to our biodiversity can directly affect our human health. And it's not just the links between biodiversity and health that are important. I'm particularly interested in the links between climate and health. And if we think about the changing climate and public health, there are interconnections happening at a global level. We know that climate could undo a lot of progress towards poverty alleviation. Then on a regional level, rising temperatures mean rising incidences of malaria. We know that that can have deep impacts on global supply chains. And there's even data that suggests that elevated temperatures, elevated rise of non-communicable diseases. So that intersection between climate and health is also really important. And that's why I'm so pleased to be working with Walgreens Boots Alliance on really exploring how can we solve for both climate and public health in the same way. And so that brings me to my question for you, Annie, if I may, which is when we think about the WBA brands, can you tell me a bit more about the overarching approach to sustainability?
Sure. So I look after our product brands business, and I would tell you we put the customer at the heart of absolutely everything we do. And so their expectations of us are a really big sort of driving force. And we know that they expect all of our products to be safe. They expect them to be ethically sourced, but they also increasingly are really curious and interested about the sustainability of our brands. And it's also a really important factor for our employees who are extremely passionate in this agenda. And also it's really important as we attract talent to the business. So we want the best talent in the industry, and this becomes a really important consideration for them too. So we take it really seriously. We put a huge amount of effort against it, and we organise our teams to make sure we're doing really good work in this space. We have been working really hard to constantly update our ranges to make sure from an ingredients perspective, but also really importantly packaging, we're factoring sustainability into all of our thinking. And we have launched a huge number of products actually in the last 18 months that I'm very proud of, because I think they're making, big steps forward to decrease the impact that we have on the environment. And that's really important to us. Probably one of the most recent examples of that is the Christmas range that we launched for 2020, which is a big range of products that we source from all around the world. And the great thing was that we effectively made it, we eliminated all the single-use plastic in that range, which was a massive step forward. It saved over 2,020 tonnes of plastic. And, it's a market-leading proposition in that sense. So we're really proud of the work that we've done. The other thing we did was we partnered with BBC Earth to produce a range that was part of that collection, which is all around bathroom products. There's zero single-use plastic. We're cruelty-free, Leaping Bunny certified, and also carbon neutral, which was a first for us. So I think that's a big indicator of how seriously we take this, and we're very, very proud of what we've done, but lots more to do, and we'll continue to work really, really hard in this area. So yeah, it's very important to us. Sally, I know it's great that you work with WBA. We're really glad to have our partnership with you. I know you were the Forum for the Future advises a lot of consumer product companies. Do you think the pandemic has accelerated the prioritisation of sustainability, both in the business agenda, but also for consumers?
The short answer is yes, it really has. When this pandemic hit and when in March we were locked down here in the UK, same in the US, I was worried that we might all be slightly distracted by this crisis, but actually what I think we have really seen is an increased ambition amongst both businesses and an increased interest amongst consumers. So when we think about businesses, one of the really brilliant facts is that the number of organisations adopting science-based targets for climate doubled last year. So it went up. So the number of organisations making big, bold commitments really increased. And there's lots of surveys that came out towards the end of last year talking about how one survey in particular, run by HSBC, saying that 3/4 of the 1,000 businesses they spoke to will be looking to sustainability to ensure a bounce back as we come through this crisis. So looking at how they can drive business performance through efficiency, new products, new services. So I think the COVID crisis has really upped ambition level in business. And then when we look at consumers, we can see that actually there's been a real uptick in interest in big global issues. There was a survey released just a few days ago from UNDP. They surveyed over 1 million people around the world, 50 countries. 2/3 said that they agreed that climate was a global emergency and we needed to do more. And then there's lots of smaller surveys that talk about a real uptick in interest from global issues through to more practical issues, such as, how can I reuse and recycle my products? Which brings me to my next question. I know that recycling is something that's really important for WBA. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you're meeting that need amongst your consumers?
Yeah, definitely. So we've organised ourselves to have a big focus on plastic. In fact, I chair the Plastic Steering Committee as part of our CSR effort. And what's fantastic is we bring all of our businesses together to talk about this and to figure out how we can make big progress. So the UK has been leading the way. We've signed the UK Plastics Pact and we're making really good progress against our goals. And we're actually using that structure and those ambitions to guide us in other markets as well. So it's been a fantastic opportunity to share learning with some of our other international colleagues. On number 7 specifically, we've recently just launched a real pioneering recycling scheme powered by technology that's really incentivizing consumers to bring plastics back that they can't recycle. And we have been thrilled by the uptake. We were, with some big ambitions, but we've really seen really positive customer sentiment. So we're really excited about what that can do. Boots have obviously eliminated. They were the first retailer to eliminate plastic bag usage in the UK, so we're very proud of that. And they are aiming to be 100% plastic free on all the online deliveries in 2021, and they've already reduced their plastic usage in those deliveries by 76%, which is fantastic. And Walgreens are also now getting very involved, and they've just joined a groundbreaking consortium called Reinvent the Retail Bag to almost replicate what we've done in the UK and make big progress. So it's a big agenda for us and it's an international one. So it's very exciting.
Great. Well, I think we're almost out of time. So it's just so brilliant to see a brand such as WBA really turbocharge sustainability into how it thinks about its products, how it helps its customers lead more sustainable lives. And it's a pleasure to work with you. So nice meeting you, Annie. Thank you for your time.
You too, Sally. We love our partnership with you and thank you for all your support. And I hope people watching have found it interesting and inspiring as to what's possible when you work together. So thanks for your time, Sally.
Thank you.